ʻAha council on Molokai were called ʻAha Kiole. In order to understand the significance of that word ʻaha, it means council, but it also means a type of woven cord. And the ancients chose this symbol of the ʻaha because it preserves and teaches all of us the pono way and function of the ʻaha councils anciently. Now, when the ancient Hawaiians take the bark of the olona and they prepare it and they weave it into a single cord, that single cord is called an ʻaho. And then they take the single ʻaho and they join it with other ʻaho and they begin to weave a cord, and that cord that is woven of many ʻaho is called an ʻaha. Now this is extremely significant in the mana'o of our kupuna. Each of the ʻaho that are used within the ʻaha cord represent each expert that sits on the council. An expert of fishing, and his expertise is like a single strand of ʻaho. A healer is like a single strand of ʻaho. One familiar with the land is a single strand of ʻaho. One familiar with water preservation, with forest preservation, with architecture, with astronomy. All of these people, all of these experts are ʻaho. And you take the experts, each one, and you bring them into an ʻaha. You weave their expertise together. And their weaving of the expertise together has one purpose: to serve the people, to help to preserve the lands, to help to preserve those things that would help to sustain life for the community.
That person was not only knowledgeable in the, whether it be fishing or in the land, but also had a spiritual sense. That, above all, was even more important, because they knew that in order to maintain and do the things which they had to do, that person had to be in tune with Kiakua, had to be in tune with even their aumakua for all of this to happen. It could not be just the physical side of things, but it had to entitle both the physical, the mental, emotional, and above all, the spiritual part of every being. So,
and this ʻaho that is made here represents the binding and the pono that is created, the ʻaha, for the land that will sustain life. This prepares the way spiritually for the land to flourish physically. And when all of the ʻaha councils use the expertise of each individual for the preservation and management of the resources on the land, and the land becomes pono, the manifestation of pono in the land is the land and people flourishing abundantly with food and many descendants. And it comes from understanding the concept of the ʻaha.
And for us today, we are in between two. We are in the present, yet we depend on our kupuna. We depend on them. We depend on that knowledge which they had, and and that which they have passed on to us. We in the present cannot work without that knowledge of our kupuna. But for the future generation we talk about, it could be, my grandchildren or my great-grandchildren. But beyond that, that's where we want to go. It's that far ahead. I'd like to see the generation step up to science. Science in the sense of marine biology, so that we could help our coastline and everything that's here. Even for our land itself, analyzing, you know, the soil and everything that is here, the erosion, how we can continue to malama and take care of our aina. Science in the sense of even for medical, utilizing the herbs that we have for medicine. You know, all of the fields that our Hawaiians had and the things that they did, everything came from the land. Everything came from the mountains all the way down to the ocean. I'd like to see our generation get involved with that again.